Hi, this is Samana, Small Stop Trader channel. In this video, we will see about VWAP. Last video, we saw the trading psychology. If anybody didn't see that video, have a look of that video. So, in this video, we will focus on VWAP. It is the full expansion is volume weighted average price indicator. This is a overlay indicator. What is overlay indicator? So, any indicator that is applied on the chart, for example, simple moving average, expansion moving average, Bollinger Band. So, these are overlay indicators. Similarly, this VWAP is the overlay indicator. It applies on the chart. And what and all it take for the calculation? Both price and volume. What to determine? To determine the fair price for the intraday. The average price or fair price we can say. So, that is the main purpose of the VWAP. What is any limitation or any disadvantage for VWAP? No, there is no disadvantage, but there is a limitation. It will be used only for intraday. Do you think that is a disadvantage? No. For example, if we say on a two-wheeler, only two people can ride comfortably, four people cannot go. Is that the disadvantage of the two-wheeler? No. That is the limitation. It is designed for two people. Similarly, this indicator is designed for intraday. So, this is the limitation. This is not disadvantage. This indicator cannot be used for day, weekly and monthly chart. If you can use it, but you cannot derive anything from out of that. For example, if you see the left side chart, it is a Nifty future chart. It is a day chart. See, the VWAP is hovering about all the candles. What do you derive from that? Nothing. But you see in the right side, it is a same Nifty future chart, 15 minutes time frame. You see the VWAP line is here, price is here. VWAP is here, price is here. So, there is some difference. It's not hovering over it. So, we can derive something from this. So, what that is, we will see. So, what is the usage of this VWAP? It is used to determine on intraday whether the traded price is fair price or overpriced or underpriced. So, that is the main purpose of this indicator. This indicator cannot be used on index itself. See the left chart, it is a Nifty 50, Nifty index chart. The same chart I use in EMA cost 20 and 50, 20 period and 50 periods. Both the EMA lines are, you can able to see this. But in the same chart, I used indicator, VWAP indicator also, but it's saying it is not applicable. You know that index itself doesn't have any volume. Even you cannot trade index, but you can trade index future, index option, index ETF. So, on those you can use the VWAP. On the right side, you see the Nifty March future contract, same Nifty future chart. Here you can see the VWAP. But in the left hand side, it's an index itself, but there you cannot see the VWAP. So, that's what I am saying. It cannot be used on the index chart. This VWAP is something similar to moving average, whether it is SMA or EMA. So, what we will do in while using a simple moving average, if the price from the lower side it cuts to the upper side, we will take the long position. Similarly, if the price trading in the lower of the VWAP, if it cut from the below to the upper side of the VWAP, then you can generate a long side position. Similarly, if the price cut from upper to lower side, you can generate the short position. This is the formula. See in the formula, in the volume into price again divided by volume. So, in the upper side, the volume, this volume is the particular candle volume. For example, if you are using 5 minutes chart, the 5 minutes particular 5 minutes candles volume it will use. The price is its average price of high, low and close price. and this below there is a volume again here in it's showing this volume is a overall volume. It's a running total of the volume. For example, now the time is 12 o'clock. Since morning 9 o'clock until 12 o'clock, what are the volume that until all the volume it will take. So this is the uniqueness of the VWAP. So that's why we call as the VWAP is a cumulative nature, you can say that. But simple moving average and all other indicator we call as a periodic nature. I mean, what is the periodical we use? That many parameter. For example, 9 SMA or 20 SMA, I mean, it will take 9 periods and 20 periods. Okay. See, for example, SMA, it will take only closing price of the candle, closing price it will take for the calculation. It doesn't bother about high and low of the candle. Similarly, it won't take any volume information here. So that is the difference between SMA and VWAP. What is the usage of other usage of VWAP? It will act as a support and resistance. For example, if the price moving from it cut the VWAP and moving upper side. So you are generating the long position here. Once you generate the long position, you take this VWAP as support. See here, it cut the from upper side to downside. Usually we will take the short position here. Once you take the short position, you can take this VWAP as a resistance. This is support here. So that's how you can use the VWAP as a support and resistance. And this VWAP, it remove all the noises. For example, in a simple moving average you are using, suddenly a price abruptly it is moving upside. What happened? It crosses the SMA. You think that the price in momentum, you generate a long position. Immediately it will come down. It's a fake price move. Without any volume it is moving. For this kind of movement, the VWAP doesn't react it. That means if the price with low volume, VWAP doesn't react. The price with high volume, it will react. You can rely it. So that's why we say that it's reliable for the intraday. And another beauty of this VWAP is you use any time frame in the intraday, the VWAP value remains same in all the time frames. See the left side, it is a 5 minutes chart. See the VWAP, it's a nifty chart. See the VWAP value 17,187. And the next chart, it is a 10 minutes. The VWAP is same 17,187. The next chart, it is 15 minutes, same value 17,187. In the same chart, I used EMA cross 20 and 50. You see the EMA value here, it is 170, 162, 170, 153, 167, 130, 136. It differs it. So time frame, whenever the time frame differs, the value of the EMA differs. But if you see the VWAP, it remains same. And do you identify the trend reversal using VWAP? Of course, there are possibilities. For example, the trend is downtrend. Previous trend, all the trends are downtrend. If you assume that one, at the end of the day, if you see, it is the VWAP. This one, this is the price. There is a downside gap. VWAP in upper side, the price is downside. There is a gap, huge gap. So that means the trend will continue for the next day. Okay. If any someday the price is hovering, moving over the VWAP, and the closing is not much difference, mean mostly the trend may continue. If someday if you see the price is cutting the VWAP and it moving upper side, at end of the day the price and VWAP, the gap is quite huge. So this is the indication that the trend reversal will happen, and subsequent day you can see that the trend is moving in the other side, in upside. You backtest this, you can see that. See, this is the NSE GPB INR chart. See, the price is hovering over the VWAP. This is on 8th. On 9th opening, again from there it's hovering and slowly it moving away from the VWAP. At end of the day, there is a gap. See, the next day what happened? Again, the trend is gone up. So the trend reversal happened here. So that's what I said. We can assume from VWAP the trend reversal we can identify. And always, whatever indicator you use, don't rely on one single indicator. Use another indicator to cross confirmation for that. So here I use a VWAP and MACD. See, the price is moving towards a VWAP. Whether it is a upside movement or it may hit the VWAP and or it will act as a resistance and come down. That you will cross check with the MACD. See here, the MACD lines is on the upper side, the signal lines is on downside, and see the MACD line crossed from the zero line. This is the bearish channel, bearish zone we can say. This is bullish zone. So from bearish zone, it moved to the bullish zone. Wait for that. See what happened in the VWAP. Exactly, it cut the VWAP line and prices moved up. Then small retracement, it touched the VWAP line. The support line we can say it is now it is support. Similarly, what happened? The MACD line just touched the signal line. Again, it is expanding. See, the price has gone up. This is how you cross check with other indicator and take the position. So the key point here is it is a intraday indicator to identify the pair price on intradays. It calculates both price and volume. Whatever the time frame you use in the intraday, the VWAP remains the same and it acts as a supported resistance. So it's a very simple and more reliable indicator. With this we will wind up. We will see in the next video some other topic. Thank you.